All right, so while we're trying to sort out the technical challenges with Mr. Armstrong, we're going to continue with the program. At this time, we are going to be having greetings by our chairman of the board of management and also the president of the PTA. So not sure if our chairman is here. I am going to ask Miss Shakepeare, our PTA president, and I hope that she's here. Yes, she's here. And so she's going to greet the parents at this time. So Miss Shakepeare, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to say welcome to you all to our first virtual PTA meeting for our new academic year. So much is going on around us, but I just want to say to you all, or to us all, let us just keep the faith and continue to believe in God, who is our everything. I just want to say to our parents that I know it's hard, but I implore you to press and to push our children, to help them along in this trying time so they can achieve their goal. As our school motto is, excellence is our goal. And we really want our children at Lewisville to strive for their goal. We want our school to be the school of choice and of champion going forward. To our teachers, I know it's rough on you most time. And I want to say that you're our hardworking teachers. We believe in you, and we just ask God to continue to give you the strength. I pray and hope that all of us will work together in this pandemic to make sure that our children, especially our children, will benefit from everything that we do, and we will continue to pray for them that they will achieve. I just want to leave with us all Joshua 1 verse 9. Have I commanded thee to be strong and of a good courage? Be not afraid, nor be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee wheresoever thou goest. I implore all of us as we go through this trying time to be strong and to be courageous, and remember that God is our everything. God bless you all, and enjoy the rest of the PTA meeting.
Thank you very much, Madam President of the Parent Teachers Association. We have with us our hardworking and committed chairman. When I speak to our chairman, she has her, when you cut her blood, would be saying Lewisville High School. And every day, even 12 o'clock in the night, my chairman texting me and asking me what is happening with so and so. And so our chairman is very involved in the institution, and she continues to give back to the institution. And so at this time, we'll ask our chairman to greet our teachers and our parents and guardians. So Madam Chair, Judy Townsend, over to you. Unmute, Chairman, and you may speak.
Oh, sorry about that. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Chairman.
Principal Mr. Duquesne Williams, VP Mrs. Donna Cranston Brown, our PTA President, Mrs. Shakepeare, other distinguished guests, parents, and teachers on this virtual platform. When I logged on this afternoon and I saw 88 individuals on this platform, it sends a message to me that as parents, you want to see your child success. I have been at Lewisville for the past 3 years, and the turnout is remarkable. And is that the parents are fully engaged with the online platform, and they're here to see their children succeed. And this is why they are here today. Well, I'd like to welcome you all, and I hope we'll keep this up and we'll encourage other parents to become a part of this association, because the PTA plays a very important role in the lives of our children. Last year was terrible. We started out a year and a half ago with COVID-19, and we struggled through. This year we thought we would have had face-to-face, but as I would say, the mighty one above does not see that the way we see it or the way we want it to go. So we are back in the virtual norm. And as parents, I know it has become difficult for you at times. I am a parent too, and I know how difficult it can be to be home and to get these students situated and to do their work. But I know you're all trying your best, and you're working to let your children achieve the best that is possible. We have had a lot of problem with the virtual space, and I know a lot of you have now learned to navigate through it, because I can see that with the attendance that we are having. I know the community of Lewisville and the parents of Lewisville are very united and resilient, and we can overcome any obstacle that is placed before us. And therefore, I am not worried about the new school year. I know we are going to do much better this year, because I can see as parents, you are behind your student in every way as the driving force. Because if you were not, you would not have put away this time to get onto this virtual platform this evening to be a part of the meeting. And therefore, I just want to tell you that we are always here for you, and you can rely on us, and any problems you have, please call upon us. We are able and willing to help, and if we can't help, we will seek the necessary help and guidance that you may need to overcome the problem or the situation that you are having. I will leave with you this quote this evening. Success is the result of perfection, hard work, living from fairness, loyalty, and persistence. And this is what I have seen since I've come to Lewisville. And if we are continue to unite, we will succeed. Thank you for coming. And thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And I'm happy that you let the parents know that you are playing dual role. You're a dual citizen, you're a parent, and you're also our board chairman. And we are happy for your presentation. this afternoon. At this time, we are going to be having our principal addressing us. And you, by now, you all know your principal. He has started this institution last year, September. And so he is 1 year, full 1 year, he's in the chair as principal. And so this afternoon, your principal will be making a presentation. Your principal name is Duke and Williams. And so at this time, you will be hearing from your principal.
That's true.
Colleagues on this platform, board chairman, and all our board members who are here, friends, well-wishers, and parents and students of this champion institution, good afternoon to you all. Today marks the beginning of the 2021-2022 academic year. And as you all are aware, that we are in the height of a pandemic. And this pandemic has affected our work activities, our entire being. And so the challenges are very great. But one thing I can say to all of us parents is that we can get through this pandemic if we all work together. And so as I start my presentation this afternoon, I want to start off by commending our hardworking teachers, who I would believe, as I call them, my foot soldiers, who continue to ensure that teaching and learning takes place even in this very difficult time. We understand the various challenges that both teachers and parents and students are having as it relates to internet connectivity. But we are not daunted by the challenges. We use our challenges as a bridge to go forth. And so I want to challenge us this afternoon, parents. Let us be strong and let us not give up. I know many of us are affected and infected by this virus that is called COVID-19. But as a school family, we are going to work hard to ensure that the institution move from strength to strength. I want to also welcome our YouTubers. We have over 14 persons on YouTube this afternoon. And so I also want to welcome them and recognize all the parents who are on that platform. I'm going to be sharing my screen as I do my presentation. And I want us to, at the end of the presentation, we are going to open the floor at the end of the presentation for persons who have questions and concerns. You can also type your questions in the chat, those who are on YouTube, and we will address those questions as best as is possible. So please allow me to share the screen. So as we commence the academic school year, you all are aware that we are going to be working from home. Our staff members, that's our academic staff members, will be working from their home. our students will also be working from home. And by now, all of us are very familiar with the work from home plan. We are going to be working remotely. And so parents, you have a great responsibility as your child will be working from home. And we'll say more about that as we go along. We will have colleagues and parents. We'll have persons who will be at school, that the support staff will be at school. And so if for some reason you have to collect something from the office will still be open. However, the bulk of the staff will be working from home. As I continue the presentation, as I started last year, we are challenging ourselves, parents, that we want our school, we want you to see the institution as a brand. And I've downloaded some taglines and some different companies, some icons that represents different brand. And when we go to the supermarket, most times persons like Grace Brand and KFC. It doesn't matter which fast food company that comes to Jamaica. Everybody, all of us in here, we love KFC. Students, they want to see the name. If as a child is born and they're able to understand, you hear them talk about KFC. And so everybody wants to see that, Mr. Colonel, it reminds you about KFC, right? Chicken and taste, right? We look at Nike here, the sign, Clark's, BMW, Apple, and we have the Lewisville High School right beside these brands. Now, we are working parents for this institution to become the school of choice and champions. That is a brand that's a tagline we are trying to put out there for persons to understand that we are no little patty shop institution. We are an institution of champions. Now, in order for us to realize this brand or this tagline, this vision, this mission, we'll have to get all stakeholders on board. All stakeholders will have to come on board in order for us to accomplish this vision. And I believe that we can do it if all of us work together in this institution. I want to share with you a brief profile of the institution. Now, the school was established on the 1st of November, 1989. I want someone in the chat to tell us how old is Lewisville High School. So you can just type that in the chat and we will recognize how old is Lewisville High School. So the school was established in 1989. That's November 1st, 1989. And it was established parents and teachers as a vocational training institution. And so over the years, it has been upgraded from comprehensive to high, and all of those different name change would have taken place at this institution. Now, most of the students that comes to the institution are through the primary exit profile exam, that's the PEP exam, and also the grade 9 achievement tests. Now, when we receive our results each year, we recognize that the PEP students that we receive, there are 3 different pathways: pathway 1, pathway 2, and pathway 3. Most of our students would fall at pathway 2 and pathway 3. And I will explain more about that. We have our support staff, which includes our vice principal. We have 1 vice principal. We have a dean of discipline, a guidance counselor, work experience coordinator, and we also have some coaches. We have 3 coaches that will help your child to achieve their educational goal. We also have the alternative pathways to secondary education teachers in various subject areas. And so, parents, I want to say to you this afternoon that we have the skill set at the institution, but we want you parents to ensure that you do your part in ensuring that we become the school of choice and champions. Our mantra, which I am introducing today, this is going to be the first I'm introducing it to the parents and even to the staff. We want to work with our mantra, you matter. Every child, every classroom, every grade, every parent, every teacher, every stakeholder, every day. We believe that every single individual matters in the whole matter of education. And so this is what we're going to be living by. You matter. Every child, every classroom, every grade, every parent, every teacher, every stakeholder, every day. And so parents, you are very important. You are very important. As a matter of fact, I would say you are the most important stakeholder. You are what I call the VIPs. You are the persons who make things happen. And so I want you parents, those who are on YouTube, those who are on the Zoom platform, those who are listening in their homes. I'm talking to all the parents. You are important. Your child is important. And so we are not going to allow any child to be left behind. A pathway for all students. We have a pathway for all students. And so what we have tried to do is that our students, we test them. We use different modalities to test our students. So we use the IDRI, which is the informal diagnostic reading inventory, that we have a pre-test and a post-test. So all the students who come, they must do a reading diagnostic test to find out at which level they are reading at. Now, so some of them might be reading at the primer, the pre-primer, the grade 1 level, the grade 2 level. And so we are trying as best as possible to add value to where we would have gotten them at the grade 6, grade 7 level. So we also believe in the mantra of the Ministry of Education. Every child can learn. Every child must learn. Not every child will learn at the same way. And at the same pace, and at the same time. So parents, you have a responsibility not to speak down to your child by saying, boy, you're done, so you now come out to nothing. And you're cough. You have a responsibility to encourage your child to ensure that they are part of the success story of the institution. So learning pathways. Pathway 1 is for students who are performing satisfactory. So if a student is scoring 50% and over, they would fall in pathway 1. Those who are scoring below 30 to 50 would be pathway 2. These children have some form of delay in learning. And pathway 3 would be 0 to 30. And these students need special needs. They need special help, whether psychosocial, whether they have learning issues. And so we have a lot of these students at the institution. And so we are using the necessary resources that we have to ensure that the student move from pathway 3 to pathway 2, from pathway 2 to 1. So at the end of lower school, which is form 1 to 3, the student must at least be able to matriculate to do CSEC, City and Guilds, and other examinations. Curriculum offering. Grade 7 to 9 students, they utilize the National Standards curriculum. And as you know, this is a new curriculum. And we can say more about this, but I don't want to spend all the time talking about the curriculum at this time. We also have the CSEC curriculum, City and Guild, and NCT VET. Now, we are going to be introducing a program for those students who are not able to matriculate and to do 5 or more subjects. But this will be offered by City and Guilds. The students will not do a written examination. They will be tested in a different format. So they don't have to go and write. They will basically be tested in a practical way. And so we are longing for the day for school to resume face-to-face. And I will say more about how we are going to be able to resume face-to-face. And I'm coming down. So your student will be at home. You have to provide that atmosphere for your child. And I'm saying to all of you, parents, you have a responsibility to ensure that you provide the atmosphere for your child. So these are some online modalities that we are going to be utilizing: the WhatsApp, the Google Classroom, Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, email. And so we expect that all parents will be familiar with these various platforms that will be utilized. That's the end of my presentation. I will say more at the end of the meeting concerning the way forward for back to school. At this time, we are going to be having a special presentation by one of our board members, Mr. Leon Malcolm. He is an attorney at law, and so he will be doing a presentation to our parents as to how you can better be prepared in this challenging time as we are working from home and we are not able to meet physically, he's going to speak to us at this time. So Mr. Malcolm, we welcome you. And at this time, I ask you to speak to the parents. Mr. Malcolm.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, my name is John Malcolm. Could I have, yes, I'll be able to share my screen, please. One moment. Madam Chair, Mr. Principal, other members of the board, teachers, parents, and friends. Good afternoon. So this evening we'll be examining the role of parents in the online space. So who are we and who are we not to support our children? So first we'll be looking at who is a parent. So a parent is a mother or father and may take the form of a guardian who may not be the biological caregiver for the child, such as an aunt, uncle, grandmother or grandfather, and in some cases through adoption. So in all circumstances, from your providing any form of support for that child, you may be regarded as a parent or even a guardian. So what is the role of a parent? So a parent is, or the proper role of a parent is to provide encouragement, support, and access to activities that enable the child to master key developmental tasks. So a child's learning and socialization are most influenced by their family, since the family is the child's primary social group. All right. So we'll be looking individually at the different methods of support that can be offered by a parent or guardian in order to enhance the online experience for that child or children. So it will be divided into building a schedule, model hard work and persistence, setting up a designated workspace, getting to know the online learning platform as Mr. Williams would have stated before, and staying in communication with your student or your child's teacher. So building a schedule. So the traditional school usually would provide that of a structure, but given that your child will now be in their home, you have to adapt to this type of learning environment for them, because usually a child would be very comfortable while being at home. And a lot of times they have a saying, familiarity breeds contempt. So with the child being at home, you don't want them to be too comfortable where they become complacent. And how we put it in Jamaican terms, lackadaisical. So we want them to be able to still be able to perform at that required aptitude, but within the home space. So there needs to be some level of flexibility in terms of the learning process now that it is 100% online. So for some students, especially young learners managing, it is increased autonomy, and this may pose a challenge, because at this point now, if you are not there with the child and ensuring that they abide by that schedule, then they may stray. And that is what we really want to avoid. We want them to develop that level of discipline where they stick to the curriculum, even though they won't be monitored or someone won't be standing over them. So that is why building a schedule is very important for the child, so that you can have, if it's even to rule up a timetable or a sheet of paper and say, all right, this is what your school timetable will be like. So when the school issues its timetable, you know, as the parent, create a timetable around that, so that if it's even for them to take 2 hours out of the day to study the material that was taught in the class, as not a lot of times they would have grasped everything that would have been taught in that one session. The next one that we'll be examining is model hard work and persistence. So let the word persistence resonate with you, because learning online removes many of the systems of accountability. So given that you're not, and you, for some parents who, I know a lot of parents would have been impacted by the COVID pandemic. So some of you may be out there still trying to get their bread. So some of these children are left at home by themselves, and the level of accountability may not be there, because you may say that, remember, you have online class at 9 o'clock, but the child is doing other things, playing video games or outside, you know? So these are the things that we have to ensure that we try to curtail and try to instill that sense of accountability, even in your absence. So achieving the same level of success will likely take a higher level of intrinsic motivation. So when we say intrinsic motivation, I am talking about that motivation that comes from within. So we have to try to start creating and molding the child. So this is where parents now definitely will identify that the work of a teacher cannot go unnoticed, because this is where we try to bring out that level of effort out of your child. You now try to craft them into the type of young men and young women that you want them to be. So just like time management skills, this motivation comes more naturally for some students than others. So you have to find what works for you, and more importantly, your child or children. So it's not just about trying to ensure that you create that system for your child, because it has to do with you as a parent yourself. So if you are then burdened or frustrated with what the platforms like the Zoom and the WebEx and all of those platforms that them have now, you have to then take a step now and put in that additional level of effort. You cannot afford to have your child realizing that, no, mommy or daddy can't manage it, how me I go manage it. You don't want the child to have that sense of or to give up, you know. So you have to show them that you are putting in the effort, so they definitely should be putting in that level of work as well. So persistence is key, and that is what we're trying to instill, because we have to instill life skills in the young people. It's not just about the theory. We have to give them these life skills so that they themselves can go out there and have that level of, one, accountability, two, that level of motivation to take on any skill or any task that comes their way. And we have to teach them time management, and most of all, discipline. So this one definitely is one where I have to touch base with even that of the grassroots parents, because I can tell you, setting up a designated workspace may not be the easiest of tasks for a lot of parents, given the type of household or given the resources that we have, you know. So we have to try and whether it may be by way of a phone, a laptop, or a tablet. Some persons may not have the desk and the chair and everything to set up, but at least try to give them that space where they're not distracted by noise, and if they have younger siblings and all of that, give them the ability or the stepping stones for them to be able to achieve that most conducive workspace. So here we have the right workspace makes a huge difference in students' mindset and ability to focus. So when participating in e-learning, students have to have the ability to complete their work where they want. So it's important to put thought into what kind of environment. So for some parents, I know that having the children there at home, you might be saying that, oh, you're there home now, so you don't have no reason to wash up the plate or rake up the yard. Not during school time. Give them the ability to put their best foot forward. So Don't bombard them with different tasks during school time. Let them focus. And even if there is some level of connectivity issues, because I know that the internet is not stable. Worse if you have to put on a data plan and certain things. No. What can be done is that you give them that time. So if they have the timetable or the syllabus, they can be able to view it and go through it so that they can ensure that they don't fall behind in their schoolwork despite having a connectivity issue. And what we're pushing for this year is definitely to have students being able to access materials by way of the physical space. So if it is that you're not able to access these materials via the online platform, we can try to make them available to you tangibly. That is where you come into the school and we provide you with those materials. And getting to those materials, also, firstly, we can't rule out you being able to be familiar with the online learning platform. So where we have the e-learning, this means that students spend their school days immersed in an online program. So for the day, your child might find themselves being in at least probably say 4 classes. And it's not easy sitting around for 2 hours or so in classes each day. So they may become fatigued and mentally drained. So we as parents, we now need to be able to maneuver the online platforms as well so that we can go ahead and set up the classes, log them in, set up the username the right way, ensure that if you have more than one child and they're using one device, you can change the name on the device, all of these little things go into it. And I think for some parents, I've seen where on online platforms, the mother, or parent might have some type of name, set up the child thing the right way, because if you have, for example, Sexy K, you don't want to have that as your child username when they're in class. So escaping the physical space where a child might be bullied, because the reality is there, you have some children where they might be bullied in the physical space. This now may cause them taunting where you see the child come up and have on those username. So we try to at least emphasize that as a parent or guardian, we try to understand and put that level of effort in trying to learn how the online platform works, like the Zoom that we're currently on, or the WebEx, or the Google Classrooms, all of those platforms that will be used during the course of the academic year. And also emails are very important. How you will be constructing your emails to the teachers, how you'll be communicating to the teachers about issues that you may have. So, and also when the teachers will be sending out documents and assignments, because it will be challenging. I won't beat around the bush with you. It will be challenging where we'll be having parents having to download attachments to then do an assignment and then scan it and upload it back to the platform. It may not be a walk in the park for a lot of parents, but just know that you will have support from us at the Lewisville High School. So this leads me to our next point: staying in communication with your child's teachers. So just because the students are learning online doesn't mean that they're learning independently. So teachers will still play that critical role in the learning process. So maintaining open, frequent communication. So that's why we have even the WhatsApp access that you guys will be able to participate in or are already participating in. So utilize all of those means. Even I know the telephone lines are always active, especially during that, but given the lockdown days where the offices are closed, but don't feel like you're left in the wilderness. Always try to reach out and keep up to date with the teachers. So try to familiarize yourself with the different teachers for the different subjects, and also, most importantly, the form teachers. Remember, try to stay calm at all times. Go out, even though it may not be easy, I know. Go outside, take breaks, so being inside does not feel like you're in detention. So I don't want you or your children to feel as though you are in prison. So it is just an opportunity for you as a parent to definitely get to know your child better. You know, as parents, sometimes it is not some parents, you know, you have to build that level of bond with your child, find out what works best for them. Does music help them in their learning experience? Does this help them? Does that help them? That is how we try to encourage this type of learning experience. It is where we try to have a more inclusive type of parenting. And lastly, don't be afraid to ask for help. We are here to serve you, and we believe that the children are the future. So never be afraid to reach out to us for assistance. I thank you. I'll reserve any questions towards the end.
Thank you very much, Mr. Malcolm, for that presentation. I am really informed because I too am a parent, and you know, this time is a challenging time for me because I have to ensure that with my responsibility, I have to be the teacher and the principal and the guidance counselor and everything. So it is really a challenging time, parents, for all of us. Mr. Daly, I won't say much more. Mr. Daly is our hardworking guidance counselor. And I want to let you know, parents, that Mr. Daly, over the holidays, Mr. Daly went into the nooks and cranny of the areas that the students are from, to ensure that those students that were missing for the past 6 months, he touched base with them. And so I want to thank Mr. Daly for the work that he has been doing, parents. And I know that he has given me his word that we are going to be going into the communities and ensure that those students who have not been coming out, we will try to get them back some way or the other. So Mr. Daly, our hardworking guidance counselor, he's one guidance counselor we have, but he is really trying his best to ensure that our students and other stakeholders are taken care of in the psychosocial aspect. Mr. Daly.
Thank you so much, Mr. Williams. Good afternoon, parents, board chairman, members of the board of management, principal, colleagues. I greet you well this evening. I am trusting that God, in this time, these are very trying times. And it is only God that can help us as we work in these times. Very, very difficult times. But we have got to just trust God and believe Him that He will help us. I am sharing this evening on coping in this time. As I have already said, the times are challenging. I'm trying to pull up my file. The times are challenging. COVID-19 has created all kinds of concerns right across the globe and right across Jamaica. The spike over the last few weeks have really caused us. In fact, some people are afraid. I got a note from a friend yesterday indicating to me that COVID-19 has caused him to be afraid. And this morning I got a very sad news. One of my family members, a cousin of mine, succumbed to situations from COVID-19, and that made me very sad. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to find a way to cope with these challenges in these times. The COVID-19 pandemic can cause us to feel overwhelmed. And this is due to the new information. We are hearing that there is the Delta variant, the lockdowns, because the lockdowns themselves, if we are not careful, they can create serious challenges for us. We are not able to move about freely and other things. There are those of us who are anticipating that school would have been on. I am sure that there are parents that are very disappointed. So in these times, it is normal to feel very stressed. So it's normal to feel stressed and overwhelmed because the times are rather uncertain. Emotional responses to uncertainty, because the times are very uncertain, may include anxiety, fear, anger, and sadness. You also could feel and there are circumstances like that around us where people on account of the lockdown. I was talking to a family last week and the lady was saying, sir, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn. It's as if I'm not going to make it. So we're going to have these kinds of reactions. There can be physical responses like headache, muscle tension, fatigue, and sleeplessness. No, it's very important for us to take care of ourselves at this time. If we are not able to take care of ourselves, we'll not come through the pandemic. And all of us would like to come through. And we want to take care of our families. Parents, you want to take care of your children. So it's very important for you to take care of yourselves. And so I'm going to give what I call some self-care tips this evening. For physical health, please ensure that you fuel your body by eating a healthy, well-balanced diet and drinking plenty of water. A healthy, well-balanced diet along with drinking plenty of water. Very important in these times. So aim to get 7 to 8 hours worth of sleep each night. And also exercise daily. Very important, ladies and gentlemen, if we are going to take good care of ourselves. When these things are missing, we can become stressed and depressed. And then I also say, take deep breaths and stretch very often. That deep breathing exercise is very important. If you do it, it will help to relax you when you are stressed. Now, another thing I want to suggest is to avoid risky or destructive behavior, such as abusing alcohol or drugs. Now is not the time to be using alcohol or drugs. These things can affect your immune system. So should you contract the COVID-19 virus, you will not be able to resist it. I know of a gentleman that was a very heavy smoker, and he contracted the COVID-19 virus, and in about 2 days, he died. So I'm asking us to not ignore these things. And then I'm asking us to pay attention to the public health recommendations. Wear your mask, sanitize, wash your hands, and also keep physical distance. It's very important if we're going to cope with what is happening around us. Spend time outside, with walking in the park. But as you do these things, remember to follow social distancing guidelines. Very important. So take care of your physical health and then take care of your mental health. Set and maintain a routine at home. In other words, In other words, as was said by Mr. Malcolm earlier, you need to have a timetable. You need to have a thing to do list so that you can organize your day. If your day is not properly organized, it can result in mayhem and stress in your lives. And we really don't want those kinds of things at this time. Focus on things you can control. You can't just focus on the amount of people that are dying. We can't control that. We cannot just focus on those things. Focus on the little things that you can control. You can control the wearing of the mask. You can control the matter of social distancing. You can control your reaction to what is happening around you. So make sure you focus on those things. If you focus on the things that you can't control, it is going to create undue stress. Undue stress. Use technology to maintain social connections with your loved ones. Although we are to be physically distant from each other, we have to find ways to connect with each other because we were made for each other. Without connection, we are not going to make it. When God created man, Adam and Eve, when God made his creation, Adam was in the garden, and when God saw Adam, God realized that Adam needed somebody. So God created Eve for Adam. So we are socially dependent beings. So we have got to use our technology, use your phone, FaceTime, and your WhatsApp calls, and make connections with friends and loved ones. Focus your thoughts on the present and things to be grateful for today. Do not try to focus on what is to come. Don't think about 2 years or 2 months or 2 weeks down the road. Focus on what is. Be grateful for today. Thank God that you are alive. Thank God that we have this kind of platform to connect with each other. Were it not for technology, we would not be able to connect. So let us thank God for these things. If we focus on what is not or what is to come, it can further stress us and create mayhem, and we won't be mentally healthy. Then listen to music or read books. Very, very important. Listen to music or read books. That will help to quiet you. Limit your exposure or take a break from news and social media if you find that it makes you anxious. By just listening to the news, it can make us anxious. In fact, when the pandemic just started I think it was in 2019, I used to absorb the news, and I realized that it was affecting my ability to focus, and so I had to withdraw. So I'm saying to you, make time for news, but don't take in too much. Lean on your personal beliefs and faith for support. Jamaica is a Christian country. Most of us profess faith in Jesus Christ. So lean on your personal beliefs in God and faith for support. Christians, when we pray, we know that God helps us. It does something for us. So let us lean on those things. And then don't be selfish. Look for ways to help your community, like checking on older people in your neighborhood, or donating supplies or money to local organizations. So in other words, find a way, seek out ways and means to help people. There are many people out there that are in need of help. So find ways and means to help those persons. And that will give you a sense of satisfaction. When I don't get a chance to go to church, I call people and I talk to them and pray with them. And if you know how that helps me, ladies and gentlemen, when I have a conversation, and sometimes if I know that there's somebody around that is having a challenge with some grocery or something, and I can help. I will chip in and help. Those things will help to keep us mentally afloat. Acknowledge and appreciate what others are doing to help you and your community. So in other words, I'm saying people are trying to help. Those who are trying to help, acknowledge and appreciate it. Don't go about quarreling and saying, boy, they're not help. What am I doing now? Make no sense. Don't do that. It will not help. Here are some things to look out for. If you find yourself demonstrating or showing any of these things, then you need to seek help. If you have trouble focusing on your daily activities, let us say you have something to do today and you find out that you have serious challenges doing it, and that is something that goes on for days or weeks, then you need to seek help from a family member, a friend, or your counselor, a pastor in your area. If anxiety that turns into feelings of being out of control, if your anxiety becomes something that is out of control, then you need to find help. Strong feelings that interfere with your daily activities. So you have a piece of a paper to write, or you need to get up and go to your field, and you find out that you can't get out of your bed because there is something that you are thinking about, you are feeling bad about something, then it is time to seek help, especially if that feeling persists or affects your ability to perform. It's time to seek help. If you have emotions that are difficult to manage, you need to seek help. You just wake up and you just find yourself crying for the whole morning, and you just find yourself sad. You just can't help yourself. Then you need to seek for help. And then if you are having any feeling of hopelessness or helplessness, you just wake up feeling that I am not going to make it, I cannot make it, I cannot help myself, then you need to seek for help. And let me tell you, there are people that are willing and ready to help you. So ensure that you connect with somebody. A challenge with us as a people that sometimes we don't want to ask for help when we need help because of all kind of pride. Mr. Malcolm said, don't be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. And then parents, you have got to be healthy in order to support your children, because you have to support your children in this pandemic. You have to support your children. How are you going to support your children? Be calm and proactive. Have calm and proactive with your children about the coronavirus disease and the important role that they can play in keeping themselves healthy. Have that conversation with your children, but don't get anxious and don't get boisterous. Don't get angry as you discuss it with them. Calm yourselves and talk with them. Talk with them about the role that they can play in keeping themselves healthy. Reassure them that illnesses due to COVID-19 infection is generally mild for persons in their age group. Remind them that there are many effective things that they can do to keep themselves and others safe and to feel in better control of the circumstances, like frequently washing their hands, do not touch their faces, engage in physical distancing, also wear their masks, and also to take the vaccine. Make sure that you offer them that support and then stick to a routine. Make sure that there's a schedule for the day. That can include playtime, where a child can get on their phone and connect with their friends. that they can predict what is going to happen for the day. And when they can predict what is going to happen for the day, it will reduce stress and will help them to cope better with the COVID-19 pandemic. Then I also want to say, allow your children to feel their emotions. Allow them to feel their emotions. They're very important. They should be able to feel their emotions. Why school closures canceled some activities that children are deeply disappointed about and are missing out on because of the virus. Let them freely express. So as your child might say, Mommy, Daddy, I really miss being at the sporting activity. The sport, I was depending on the sporting thing. I wanted to run at the stadium, but that was not possible because the sporting activity has been disrupted and I miss it. I feel sad about it. Don't shut them up. Allow them to talk about it. Allow them to express their emotions. If you don't allow them to express their emotions, it will create further difficulties for them. They will become unhealthy and will not be able to cope in these challenging times. Then check in with them about what they are hearing. A lot of things are out there on the road now. Find out what your child is hearing or what they think is true and directly address misunderstanding, because there's a whole lot of misunderstanding and misinformation going on out there. So as parents, we must keep abreast with what is happening and we must be able to correct the misunderstandings that our children may have. If they have a question you can't answer, instead of guessing, use it as an opportunity to explore the answers together with them. Use websites like UNICEF, World Health Organization, and the Ministry of Health for sources of information. Very, very important. And then the last thing I want to say is that you should create what I call welcome distractions. When your child or children becomes afraid, overwhelmed by the processes, the things that they're going through, find ways of distracting them, creative ways. Have a family game night, cook with them, do things with them, and that will take their mind off the issues. Because even us as adults, we have to find ways to distract ourselves. When we listen to the news, when we look at the spiking numbers, when we hear that the hospitals are overfilled, then we have to find ways of being healthy. So find ways to distract them and then monitor your own behavior. If you can't monitor, if you're anxious, you will transmit that anxiety to your children. And if we're going to be able to help our children, we have got to be calm people. We can't be anxious. And I'm not saying that this is easy, ladies and gentlemen, but what it means, we must contain our emotions. We must contain how we feel and calculate how we express ourselves. If we can't do that, we're going to cause our children to become afraid. Remember, children rely on their parents to provide a sense of safety and security. It's important that we remember that they are passengers, and in this, we are driving the car. And so even if we are feeling anxious, we can't let them get in, we can't let that get in the way of them feeling like safe passengers. So parents, allow our children to feel safe. So let's not demonstrate our anxieties before them. Even if we are trembling in our boots, we can't allow them to know that we are trembling. We have to find ways and means of dealing with our emotions. That's the very last thing I will say to all of us. And my prayer for us at Lewisville is that we will come over And I know, ladies and gentlemen, that with the help of God, we will come over as an organization. God bless you. Thank you much for listening. I'm open to questions during the question and answer session. Thank you so much. Our emotions, we must contain hope.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Daly, our guidance counselor. The challenge is, Mr. Daly, you are coming off a bit muffled. I know that it was the internet connectivity issue, and so I know and I understand how our students feels at times when they're having this sort of connectivity issues. And so thank you very much, Mr. Daly. I hope that our parents and colleagues would have gotten something from the presentation. We are going straight at this time into Let's Talk. But before we go into that, I am going to make a few very important announcements that are critical to our parents as we reopen for virtual school in terms of official teaching and learning. Now, number one, and I hope that our parents will have their pen and paper to make some notes, because I know that not all parents are able to remember, like myself, and so I hope you will make some notes. Come Wednesday of this week, Wednesday, September 8th, starting at 9 to 3:30, our new grade 7 students will come in at the institution for registration, and a letter would have been sent out outlining the requirements for registration. And so all students that parents are expected to take the student along with them, because they will be doing a reading diagnostic test. So that's Wednesday of this week. Our new grade 7 students will be coming in for registration. On Thursday, September 9, our grade 8 students, that's the 7 who are going to 8, will come in at 9 to 11:30 for registration. In the afternoon, that's 12 to 3 o'clock, the grade 9 students only. And on Friday, September 10, our grade 10 students will come in from 9 to 11:30. And in the afternoon, that's 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, our grade 11 students will come in for registration. For the returning students, parents don't have to be there with the student. The student can come on their own, because as you know, we are limiting the number of persons who have access to the compound at any given time. So parents can send the child by themselves with the necessary documentation for the registration process. We will officially commence our virtual classes on Tuesday, September 14. So that's for registration. All parents would have gotten this through the various communication modalities. Now we are expecting that all parents will understand that we have a cellular phone for each grade. So we have WhatsApp group for each grade. We have a number for each grade. And so all parents are expected to know their child grade supervisor, and also the number that you can reach the grade supervisor at. And this number is the school's number. It's not any personal number, so it doesn't belong to the teacher. It is the school's phone. And so we're expecting parents to call teachers at 10 o'clock in midnight, 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. and call parents, call teachers at 12 o'clock in the night. I'm expecting that you will respect the teachers' family time. If it's an emergency, that's understandable. However, we're asking parents that you respect the teachers. And as you communicate in the WhatsApp group, I'm going to ask that you be respectful to the teachers and to your fellow parents. Remember, if you have something to discuss privately, you can call the teacher and you can have dialogue or conversation with the teacher. But I'm not expecting my parents to become boisterous and all of that within the virtual world. We're expecting that you will communicate. We are a family and we can work out our indifferences in an amicable way. So that is number 2. Number 3, we are going to be launching at the end of September into October. We'll give you the date. We're going to be launching our app. We are going to have an app for the institution. So you are able to go into on your Android phone and you're able to download the app. And on the app, you'll be able to see all the necessary learning platforms and other stuff that will benefit you as you go along. So please look out for that. By the end of September into October, we are going to be having our school app. So you're able to access whatever transcript, all of those stuff you're able to access online. We are in the virtual world and we are going to be here for a long time. And so we have to go with the time. Also, parents, we are going to be utilizing our YouTube channel to upload lessons. So we're going to ask parents that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's Lewisville High School. Lewisville High School. Lewisville High School. So you can go to YouTube, type in Lewisville High School, and just click on the subscribe bell. And once you click on the subscribe bell, when we go live, you will be able to see us. And so from time to time, we are going to upload lessons to the YouTube channel. So, and as you know, parents, the YouTube takes less data, and many of the plans come with free social media data. So we are expecting parents that you will subscribe to share with your fellow parents and subscribe to the channel so that you are able to view educational materials from our YouTube channel. We are also asking parents as much as possible that you communicate with the institution, and I'm going to be giving you the numbers that you can communicate with the institution as shortly. In short orders, I'm going to give you the number that you can communicate with your institution. We have a guidance counselor who is available to do visits as soon as the numbers are lessened. We have a guidance counselor who is able to come into your community and able to work with you in the community. He also can call and set up scheduled meetings online for our students and parents. We're asking that all parents understand that you play a very integral role. I know that the ministry would have given us over 100 laptop computers that we would have distributed to our grades 10 and 11 students. We're asking parents to please use those. I know some of you don't have the internet connectivity. However, we are asking as best as possible that you try. If you have to send a child to somebody who is, no, I'm not telling you to send your child to somebody who will abuse them, but send your child so that they can be able to access the various platforms. Also, our main modality that we're going to be using is the Google Classroom. Google Classroom. So by now, all parents must be aware of the Google Classroom, and you parents have to be familiar. We're going to be having training session with all parents so that you can know how to utilize the Google Classroom. Now, we are encouraging our parents to work with us, whatever you can do at this time to help us to achieve our vision. For this year, as you know, we would have cut our parental investment into by I would say more than half. Parents are expected to pay $5,000. We know it's challenging time. We're asking parents to try as best as possible to do what you can. And we know you're in the virtual space. And so we're not forcing, we are just using moral persuasion to encourage our parents to try as best as possible to do what you can, to pay what you can afford at this time, but pay something and help us so that we are able to put in the necessary infrastructure in terms of resources for your children. We have to go to the learning kits, and for those children who are not able to access the online platform. So I'm encouraging us parents to do what you can. At this time, I am going to be opening, before I open the platform for you to ask your questions, I'm going to be speaking about the whole matter of the vaccination, the vaccine. Now, as you know, the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health and Wellness would have started the vaccination of our students ages 12 to 18. Now, we would have provided transportation for those students who are living in the surrounding areas of Newmarket. And we also would have sent out bulletin encouraging our parents to be a part of the vaccination bliss that were held. Now, I'm not sure of the number of parents who would have taken up the opportunity to get their child vaccinated. But remember, based on the ministry's mandate at this time, the only way we can get back face-to-face if we have 65% of our students being vaccinated. That means when I do the percentage, it would be 435 students that must be vaccinated in order for us to resume face-to-face modality. We're asking parents, we are encouraging you parents. We know that many of you have your doubts. Many of you have all sort of conspiracy theory that is going around, but I am not forcing, I am encouraging you. You have to make the choice based on the ministry's mandate, based on a bulletin that was sent to us. Those students who are vaccinated will be able to come in the physical space. Those who are unvaccinated will have to utilize the other modalities such as the e-learning, the learning kits, and other modalities. So we're asking parents, I'm encouraging you this afternoon to do what you can in order to be a part of this process. Your principal has been vaccinated, and so I am putting out there to my parents. I have led the charge, and so I'm encouraging all my parents to do what is best. And so we are going to be coming around in the communities. So don't be surprised we come to your home, because we're going to be coming around. Various teams will be coming around to your community to on a drive to encourage our students to be a part of the various vaccination sites that are set up. We're also going to be having school outside of the walls of Lewisville, where we are going to be coming to your community to have community meetings as soon as we are able to come in the physical space. At this time, I am going to be opening the platform for you to ask your question. I'm going to ask you parents to use up the raise hand feature, use up the chat. Those who are on YouTube, you can type in the chat your question so that we are able to address your question. We have our vice principal here. We have board members here. So we will try to answer your questions as best as possible. So parents, I'm going to ask you at this time I'm going to open the platform, and so you're able to ask your question. So one hand is up, and that is Natalie Taylor. I'm going to open your mic, and so you're able to speak. Go ahead, Miss Taylor. I'm hearing you. Go right ahead.
The child that take the vaccine, do they go on?
The child that I'm not hearing you clearly. Could you repeat the question, Miss Taylor?
Take the vaccine, do they go online as well with teachers?
Okay, so the students who do not take the vaccine, they will utilize the online platforms. It doesn't mean that they're going to utilize our online platform. Remember, the Ministry of Education also has, from their perspective, they have online platforms. So they have the television broadcasts. They also have their YouTube channel, and we will try as best as possible to also have our online modality. So yes, online will be there for your child.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. We are good. Next question is from a parent. I'm not sure the parent didn't name herself. So let me open the mic. You may open and you may speak, parent.
Mr. Williams, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Armstrong.
Yes, sir. I don't know what went wrong this afternoon, but I am here online. I'm asking a question on behalf of a parent who is sitting right beside me, sir. Her daughter was supposed to be in grade 7 last academic year, but her daughter was not registered, did not do the reading test, did not attend any classes. What happened in that case, sir?
Thank you very much, Mr. Armstrong. That parents, I am going to say to the parent that is beside you, Mr. Armstrong, that based on the education regulation of 1980, page 5 of the education regulation speaks to the whole matter of attendance to school. And you know, by right, if a child is absent, if a child has not reported for 1 month, the child automatically withdraws him or herself from the institution or deregister from the institution, and the child is no longer, or the student is no longer a member of the institution. Now, 1 year and the child is not registered, what I'm going to suggest to that parent is that she will have to come into the institution or give us a call. She could call me personally, 342-1911, and we have some dialogue concerning the reason for not having that child register and not on any form of in any school. And that parent, my lawyer is here, and he can back me up on this, that can be charged for not sending that child, not communicating the reason for that child not being in school. And parents, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility. And because you have a responsibility, you have to ensure that you communicate, as Mr. Malcolm says, communicate to the institution. You can't have your child at home, not registered, not engaged in any form of learning, and it is illegal. All right, so I'm encouraging that mother to please call us, and so that we can make some arrangement to have that child register and to see how we can help the child. So Mr. Malcolm has just brought up on screen the education regulation concerning attendance. And yes, it is critical parents. We are governed by policies and documentation. So I'm encouraging our parents to know that it is critical that we have, once a child is a school age, they must be in school. And at this time, we are in the online, we are using the online modality. So whatever way you can engage a child, I know the challenge is out there, however, we have to try. All right, so the question in the chat concerning coming from Brick's World, haven't heard any comment from the Dean of Discipline, or Dean of Discipline is not in the meeting. All right, so I'm addressing that parent who is in our WhatsApp YouTube channel. Our Dean is not in these meetings, so he's not able to make a comment at this time. Is there any other question? The hand is still up. Not sure if there's a question. Okay. All right. So we have another question from Miss Natalie.
Sometimes the child is on WhatsApp, not getting any work through since last year. So, and I call the school many times, and there is still no solution to that problem.
Okay. So your child is on WhatsApp.
Yes.
Is a child in the is the child a part of the Google Classroom? Because Yes, Miss.
Yes, he is.
Oh, he is a part of it, and he has not done any work.
No, he's got work sometime, but sometime he's only register. He's only register the name and then no work. He's got no work at all. Sometime.
Okay, sometimes. All right. Mother, I'm gonna ask you to kindly give me the child's name so that I can do my investigation on that. All right. So give me the child's name so that the grade and which child.
Ovan Williams.
The child name is Ovan
Williams.
Mr. Williams, I suggest that the mother puts the child's name and grade in a personal chat here on Zoom and send it directly to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. You could do that. Put it in the chat, or you can call me, mother. 342 1911. 342 1911. All right, so that we can see what is happening with that child. All right.
Thank you.
Do we have any other concern, question, parents? Any other question, concern? I noticed that we had started with over 80, near 90 parents on the Zoom platform, but I know that many persons are using data and they have internet issues. So we do understand the challenges, parents, but we have to just try to do what we can. So we are asking our parents who are here, you are going to be the Lewisville High School ambassadors by sharing what was discussed in the meeting. You can also invite the parents to go to the YouTube channel. We're going to have this recording up there for a while, and then we're going to remove it. So we're going to have it for about two weeks on the YouTube channel, and then we're going to remove it after a while. So parents who are not here this afternoon, you can go onto the YouTube channel and you can listen to what was done here this afternoon. Is there any other question? Do we have any other question before we wrap up the meeting? Let me check the chat and to see if there's any question in the chat. So we have a few questions. I'm going to repeat the registration date shortly. Someone is asking, is there a handbook available with the school rules? Yes, there's a handbook available. We are reviewing the handbook, and the handbook, we are going to be providing the handbook in soft copy. So parents will have to go on to as soon as the app is available, you will go to the app and you will find the school handbook on the app. So most of what we'll be doing, most of our documentation will be on the app. So, and that way, because parents, what we are trying to do, if we have to print the books, you have to pay for the books. And so we are asking that you use your cell phone and your tablet and download the app as soon as it becomes available. There's another question in the chat. We have, will there be any face-to-face class for 10 graders next month? I am not able to tell you whether we'll be having face-to-face class next month, yes or no. We are taking directive from the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Education. What we are saying is that parents, we are encouraging you to get your child vaccinated so that we can get the green light to reopen face-to-face. All right, so I can't say at this time if we are going to be going back in the we're going to be adding the face-to-face modality to what we are having at this time. Another question coming from Miss Stacy and Robinson. Can I get 10E form teachers numerous form? Can I get 10E form teacher number? Okay, please. So this 10E form teacher, I am not able to give you the form teacher number because that's a private number. I can give you the grade supervisor number as soon as possible, but I cannot give you the number. So you would have to meet with the teacher. We will let you know the form teacher soon, as soon as possible. We'll let you know who the form teacher is. So therefore means that you must be a part of a WhatsApp group, because if you're not a part of the WhatsApp group for your grade, you will not get the information. That is where we communicate. And also you can also, if you're on Facebook, you can go to our Facebook page. From time to time, we post information on our Facebook page. So we're asking you to like our Facebook page so that you can get the information there. Another question, when will parents get to know the form teacher and the contact information for 7th grade? As I said to you, we are going to communicate that to you in the WhatsApp group. So just listen out. When you come for registration on Wednesday, grade 7 parents, please, we're going to take a number for you, and we're going to create the WhatsApp group for grade 7. And we are going to communicate, we are going to send out the information. Parents, I am really not so pleased. Let me tell you why I'm not so pleased. Probably you are the converted parents who are here, but I am somehow not pleased, parents. And as I said, you are the converted parents who are here. But when I look on the statistics that I have, parents, I am a bit dissatisfied with the number of parents who are in the WhatsApp groups. And we are in a 21st century, and I'm not sure if parents don't have access to WhatsApp. So when I look at grade 9, grade 7, when I look at grade 7 parents, we have 120 students. We have 69 students in the WhatsApp group. And in the WhatsApp group, only 15 parents are in the WhatsApp group. Where are the parents? The parents from grade 7. Those who are here in grade 7, please go out and let the parents know that they must be a part of the WhatsApp group. That's the easiest form of communication that we now have. We're not sending any email to the parents. We are using the WhatsApp to do so. When we look on grade 7, grade 8 parents, we have only 12 parents in the WhatsApp group. And we have over 126 students, and we have more students in the WhatsApp group than parents. This is not good enough, parents. We are asking that if you are not in the WhatsApp group, please let us have a number that we can reach you on. For grade 9, we only have 15 parents in the WhatsApp group. I'm not sure what is happening with the parents. Our parents need to be more involved in the school and in their children's life. That's the only way we are going to be able to move forward as an institution. I know the challenges, but I'm saying to all of my parents, if you don't have a number for number to go on the WhatsApp, get a friend or get somebody who has WhatsApp, an auntie or somebody, and give them or give the number to us so that we can communicate to you, and you can know what is happening at the institution. All right, we are not able to come to all homes and to come with loudspeaker and to make announcement and tone cry. We are using the WhatsApp group to communicate to you parents. All right. Alicia, you may open your mic and you may ask your question.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Miss Alicia, darling.
Right, darling.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm just wondering, when you say vaccinated, are you talking about the 2 vaccinations or maybe just 1? And then when the other one, because the other one will be after, well.
Okay, so it should be full vaccination.
It's full vaccination.
Yes, right. And that is why we are going out on a drive, and we want parents, we'll be going out on a drive into some communities. We are awaiting the data from the Ministry of Health as the number of students that would have been vaccinated so far. And then we are going to use more persuasion. As I said to your parents, it's a choice. We are not forcing any parent. We are not forcing any student to be vaccinated. What we are doing, we are encouraging our parents to take up the vaccination. We would have seen the numbers. Parents, we have seen the numbers. I have so many persons who have died in Westmoreland. I am from Westmoreland, and I'm seeing so many persons who are dying and have died in the parish. And the reality is that those who are unvaccinated are among the highest rate of persons who are dying. So I am encouraging us parents, in order for us to recover our education system, we're asking that you give permission, because without your permission, your child cannot. Please do not stop your child if they wishes to be vaccinated. Please do not stop them. When I took my shot, I had a little chill here and there, but I took a Panadol, 1 set of Panadol, and I was okay. So I guess that your child will be okay, and vaccination is not the first. I'm getting vaccinated. When I was going to school, they came and they gave us some vaccine. So I'm encouraging you parents, yes, research, get the information. Please do not listen to some of the videos that you get. Sometimes people send videos to you because they want to be like and all of that. So we are asking you parents to please ensure that you do what you have to do in order for us to recover. One other thing I want to emphasize parents this afternoon is that a lot of parents believe that, Lewisville High School is the worst school in St. Elizabeth, is the worst school that their child is placed at. And so they don't have no, and I'm going to be candid this afternoon, parents. I know you might not be the ones who are saying it, and you might not be the ones who have that perception, but let me tell you this, parents. Some of you have more than 1 children, one going to another school in the parish, and I'm not calling the school name, but you may have one going up to a particular school that wear a particular color and have a particular tradition. And so when you come on to PT and come to certain things, if you have to walk and ride bicycle to go up there, you're gonna go there. But when you come on to you look one way, I come to Lewisville. Oh, Lewisville, go so important. Let me tell you this, parents. I have joined this institution since September of last year, and we have some teachers here who they are workaholics. They are ensuring that our students are doing well. When I look on last year results, we have done very well in the CSEC examination, City and Guilds, and other examination. And we are asking for more support from our parents. If parents are not supporting the institution, you will not get the results, because teachers cannot do everything. And especially in this time, the children are at home, and therefore you parents, and I'm talking to all my parents, you have to play that role in ensuring that your child do their best in their education. So I don't want you to prioritize a child that go to another school. We are the school of choice and champion, and you must believe it. You know, I can call this school name, but Miss Wasburn, who is here, Miss Tamika Wasburn, know me very well, because I was a part of Godfrey Stewart High School. And, you know, we have started on a rocky path, but we have transformed the institution into the school of choice. And we parents, it's parents will have to play that role. All parents, all stakeholders. It can't be teachers. Many times parents like to blame teachers and blame school, but everybody have to take a look. Are you doing your part in ensuring that our school become the school of choice? Don't speak negative about the institution. If you have challenges, call and talk to us. We will listen to you and we'll try to assist you where possible. For this school year, we are introducing parents. We are reintroducing chemistry and biology. We are reintroducing chemistry and biology. We are also introducing technical drawing to our curriculum. Next year, we are going to be introducing auto mechanic to our students. We are trying to give them more offering. And so parents, you have to come on board. You know, parents, we have gotten 84 students through the PEP program and through the PEP exam. And a number of parents come and say, Mr. Williams, I want the children to leave to go to other high schools. And I asked, why? Why I want to transfer? Boy, school far. But parents send their children from St. Elizabeth to Manchester and even Westmoreland to Godfrey and other schools. Right? So give us a chance. I want all parents to give us a chance to prove what we can do. And so I don't want when children are placed there and they have in the pathway 1 and they come with good grades, to move them. Give us a chance and you will see what we will be able to do with your child within the 5-year period. Give us a chance. We believe in your children and we are working hard to accomplish. Our discipline has improved and we are going to continue with our discipline in that level. So we are encouraging our parents to please work with us so that we can be able to accomplish our vision. All of us have to play our part, parents. All right, is there any more question? Because we are wrapping up, we have been in this meeting. All right, we have some question in the YouTube chat. My child changed her phone number and would like to log into the Zoom. All right, so I understand what the parent is saying. So parent, Miss Nikisha, I'm going to ask you to give me a call so that we can assist you with logging back into the Google Classroom. Also, password and all right. So we also will be engaging our system administrator, who we will give you the number so that you can call. We are going to be having what we call a parent help line. A parent help line. Now, the parent help line will be different from your grade supervisor and other persons. The parent help line will be where you can send your WhatsApp message, you can call, and you can leave your message. You can do simple call and say, please call me back. We will call you back, and we will get, someone will be operating that number. And once you call the number, we're going to tell you the helpline soon. You will be able to get the necessary information from the parent helpline. All right, so these are some things we are putting in place for your children. We ask parents that you play your part. We have invested, parents, in some equipment that we're going to be using for our virtual classes. We have purchased some cameras. We have purchased what we call a switcher device, because we're going to have a studio where we can record our lessons, and we are able to also bring different programs to you. And so we're asking parents, please be a part of our YouTube channel. That's where we're going to be using a lot of the times to bring programs to you. We're going to be having our commencement service next week. And so we are expecting that parents will be a part of the commencement service, where we'll invite and invoke God's presence to guide and to lead our institution as we start the new academic year. Is there any other question before we close the meeting? Is there any other question? We are asking parents who have not yet collected your reports, you need to do so as soon as possible so that you can know what is happening. We are expecting parents that when assignment is given, that your child will do the assignments, because the assignment forms a part of their assessment. We're going to be having a meeting with all our grade 11 parents, because as you know, they are being prepared for final examination, CSEC exams, along with City and Guilds. And so we are going to have a meeting with you concerning those very important matters, external examination. Is there any other question, any other concern, any teacher, any other member of staff would like to say anything before we close this meeting? Any question? Any staff member would like to say anything to our parents? All right, so it seems like we don't know one. Any other question? I want to thank you very much, Mr. Malcolm, our board, one of our board members, for that presentation, Mr. Daly, and all the other persons, Ms. Bartley, who led out in the devotional exercise, Ms. Cranston Brown, our vice principal, who did the welcome, our chairman, and all other persons who would have participated in this very important back to school meeting with our parents. We hope that parents, we are also grateful for your time that you have spent with us in this meeting this afternoon. We appreciate all of you parents, your involvement in the institution. We appreciate all that you have been doing for us and for your child. And we ask that you encourage other parents to get on board at this time. We know it's a very challenging time for all of us, and we have been trying our best since last year to reach out to as many as possible of our students, but we know that many of them are having challenges. Some of them are working, some of them are doing all sorts of things out there. But I am imploring you, if you know of any of our children, of any of our students who have not been coming out in terms of online or accessing any of the modalities, please, parents, I am asking you to kindly help us to reach them. Kindly help us, parents, to reach them, because we don't want any of our students to be left behind. We want to try as best as possible to help them even in this most difficult and challenging time. All right. And are my children who are going to do work online or face-to-face. All right. The students will be doing work online starting Tuesday online. They'll receive their timetable. Their timetable will be sent to them. Or they can come and pick up their timetable at school so that they can know what is happening. All right. So yes, we are going to be virtual until we are given the green light to go forward. I am going to repeat the registration dates for all my parents to note. Registration dates, parents, please listen again. On Wednesday, September 8th, that's this Wednesday, from 9 o'clock to 3:30, our new grade 7 students will come in. You have to take along with you a copy of the original and copy of your birth certificate, and you need to take the passport size photograph, and parents would have gotten a correspondence concerning the requirements for registration. You must take your child along with you. They will be doing a reading diagnostic test to see which level they are reading at. On Thursday, September 9, 9 a.m. to 11:30, grade 8 students. That's those students who are going from grade 7 to 8. In the afternoon, the same day, that's Thursday of this week, 12 to 3 o'clock, our grade 9 students will come in. On Friday, our grade 10 will come from 9 to 11:30, and in the afternoon, we will have that's 12 to 3, we'll have our grade 11 students. We're asking parents if you must come and register your child. The only way we're going to account for your child is if they are registered. Because if they're not registered, it means we don't know if they're coming back or they're not coming back. So you must register your child. Even if you don't have the money, you have to let us know that the child is coming back. So please do not allow, because you don't have the funds, to stay out and say that Mr. Williams lock you out of school or lock you out of the online platform. You must come in, communicate to us. If you can pay 3,000, pay. If you can pay 2, pay whatever you can. We are not forcing you to do what you cannot do. So we are encouraging you parents to kindly come. And for the returning students, the parents don't have to come. Send your child, dress appropriately, and take the documents that are needed for registration. So returning students, parents don't have to be there. If your child can't come, the parent can come and register the child. If you have a smartphone and you need us to put in the child email from the ministry, we bring it, or a tablet or a laptop, bring it and we will assist the child in getting back on the system. All right, Miss Anita Lee Taylor, your hand is raised. Go right ahead and unmute and speak.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, my child is away, so I was wondering if I could come and register. He's in grade 8. Ovan Williams. He's away.
Definitely, definitely still, you can come and do the registration for your child so that we can have it, know that the child is back in the system. So yes, you can come and do the registration.
Okay, thank you very much.
Those parents who forgot their children's email, we will definitely, we will reach out to you, or I'm going to ask you to reach out to us. Reach out to us, and I'm going to give you the numbers. I'm going to give you all the numbers that we have for the grades and the different persons. Just give me a moment. I'm going to share the numbers with you. I'm going to share the numbers with you. Just give me a moment, please. I'm going to share my screen, parents. All right, so we have our telephone directory with the different persons who are responsible. So grade 7, our grade supervisor is Miss White. We have 2 Miss White. We have Mrs. White, which is WHYTE, but this is Miss White, the only Miss Y White at the school. She's in charge of grade 7, okay? And so the number for grade 7 is 805-1214. That is the grade number. Miss White will be able to communicate with you. If you can call directly, you can call her. If you don't have any credit, call Miss White and say, Miss White, please call me back. Every month, our grade supervisors receive unlimited talk time. Use up the service that we provide for you parents. Call the number, the grade supervisor will return your call. If you don't have the credit, send a WhatsApp message to the grade supervisor and they will communicate to you. Grade 8, you have Miss Williams. The number is 805-1283. Grade 9, you have Miss Leng. The number is 805-1195. Grade 10, we are working on a number for grade 10, and that will be ready by before the end of September. We are going to send out the number for grade 10. But the grade supervisor is Mrs. Bujam. Grade 11, we have Miss T. Forbes, and the number is 805-1383. Then we have our telecounseling helpline, which is our guidance counselor, Mr. D. Daly, 577-3219. We have our Dean of Discipline helpline. The number is 280-6138. That's our Dean of Discipline. Then we have our Vice Principal, 280-6141. That is Mrs. Anston Brown. Then you have your principal number, 342-1911. Then you have our Bursa, 401-3577. Then you have the Office of the Principal Secretary, 416-5975. That's Mrs. Simit. Then you have the general school number, which when you call this number, the office staff will answer, 361-0576. So these are the numbers that we have. Please utilize the numbers, parents, so that we can reach you. Parents, you can call me at any time. I am available. You don't have to go through any red tape. Call me. I am available to communicate with you at any time. So just call. You can leave me a WhatsApp, call me and say return the call. I will get to you as quick as possible. So those are the numbers. We will share it with you in the WhatsApp group. If you're not a part of the WhatsApp group, please get on board on the WhatsApp group, parents. All right. We are wrapping up the meeting. If there's no question, there is no other comment, that's where we are going to close the meeting. All right. So thank you very much, parents, for coming. I'm going to ask Mr. Daly, are you still there? Mr. Daly, are you still with us? Mr. Daly, are you still with us? Or I'm going to ask one of my parents to pray. Any parent would like to raise your hand and let us and pray for us as we start the new school year.
I'm still online.
Oh, Mr. Daly, you are still there?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I am going to ask that you pray to close the meeting, pray for our protection. Parents, I'm going to ask you to kindly practice the health protocols. Numbers are going up, and I really don't want any of us to come down with the COVID-19 virus. So please, parents, we're asking you to protect yourself, protect your child, and protect your family as we go through this unprecedented time. The numbers are going up, the number of deaths is increasing, but we can do what we can in order to protect ourselves and to save our life. All right, parents, I'm asking you that for registration, you must take the data form along with your medical report. The data form along with your medical report. All right, data form along with the medical report. All right, Mr. Daly, over to you, sir, for prayer.
Let us pray. Our God and our Father, we approach you in the name of your only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. We're glad that you bled and died in our behalf. And because of that, we can boldly come to your throne of grace to find help in times of need. Lord, we are confessing that we need you now more than ever. We are sailing through stormy weather, COVID-19, crime and violence, and other social ills are affecting us. Lord, so we cry to you tonight for your divine intervention and your divine help. We confess that we don't know what to do. But Lord, our eyes are upon you. Lord, we want to thank you in a very special way for this Parent Teachers Association meeting. We want to thank you for how you have led us. We want to thank you for our principal, Mr. Duke Williams. And we want to thank you for every member of staff. We want to thank you for having led us through the year that has passed and gone. And tonight we praise you for bringing us thus far. Lord, we can say your grace has brought us thus far. And Lord, we are relying on you to take us through this new school year. Lord, we're asking you to grant unto us wisdom. You have said in your words that if any man lack wisdom, he should ask, and you will grant it to that person. So we're asking you, God, I'm asking you for wisdom and direction for every member of staff of the Lewisville High School. We're asking you, God, to bless all the stakeholders. We're asking you, God, to preserve us. Lord, we know that we can find refuge under your wings. So we're asking you, Lord, to dispatch of your angels, Lord, to protect all of us, Lord, from the onslaught of the enemy. Keep your hands on our lives, and not only the lives of the members of staff, but on every student. We're asking for divine protection. And for those who may be feeling sad, those who may be experiencing different kinds of grief, I pray that God of comfort, you would comfort their hearts in this time of challenge. Lord, we rely on you. Lord, we trust in you. And we ask that you would continue to be with us. And Lord, we're going to honor and praise you. In the name of your only begotten Son, we pray. Amen and amen.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Guidance Counselor Daly. I remind you, parents, when you're coming for registration, please take along with you the data, the biodata form, which you have to fill out, and the medical report. And for grade 9 students and grade 10, 11 will take along with you 2 passport size photograph, or photos, so that we can put on your file. We know that some of them, their features has changed, and so we want an updated photograph on the file. So thank you so very much, all my parents and all the YouTubers who are on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. God bless you richly as we continue to work together to ensure that the Lewisville High School institution becomes a school of choice and champions. And we believe that we are going to get there by the grace of God. We are going to close off from live, and then I know that the hand up will take the questions. I'm going to